Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessing be multiplied on all you brethren, teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect out there. It's the brother Dama Agabar with another lesson, Lord willing to edify and give you warning from Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. As you can see from the title of this article, it says Biden to fund new CV for everybody, whether they've gotten it before or not. You see, and these individuals, well, not individuals, but these group of devils, they're back at it again. And just like we've been telling you here at Great Millstone, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that more lockdowns are on the way, and that that first lockdown wasn't the first, and it definitely won't be the last. And we know that this one is going to be more draconian in nature. It's going to be more severe. They have plans on locking down even harder. And now you see Biden is asking for money for them to develop new jump shots. And he says, you're going to have to take this, whether you taking the old ones or, even if you took the old ones, you're still going to take these ones. So you can see that they're having plans to have constant and around the clock jump shots, because this one is they're making this new one supposedly based off of this new variant. Well, what if there's another variant and another variant? What the hell you think they're going to do? They're going to make more updated, which shows you like it's kind of like that shit is it's like that one-niner is a goddamn a computer program, and it's constantly being updated and constantly being updated. It's mutating and mutating. So they're going to have to constantly update the jump shot, and you people are going to have to take it, because pretty soon they're going to make it to where, even before the MOTB, I see these new lockdowns going to be more draconian. So this time it's going to be no excuses. You're going to have proof. You're going to have the QR code. You're going to have to show proof of updated jump shots in order for you to get down and to function in this man's society. But you see, we're showing you that this devil is getting more and more draconian. He's getting more and more serious because the time is short upon this devil. Let me get this real fast. This is Revelations chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." You see, and his time is running out for him to establish this new world order. He's like, he has all the things in place. He has a lot of the CBDCs. He has the system already written and ready, but he's just having difficulties putting it into play, because a lot of people are waking up to the BS and to the shenanigans of what's really going on. Nobody is trusting these devils anymore. And you better believe a lot of people are not going to trust this whole new round of jump shots they're going to have coming out, because they're looking to push more and more to have another lockdown, so that they could seal the deal, so to speak. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article, drop a couple precepts, and I'm going to roll out of here. It says, President Joe Biden on Friday told reporters that he's planning to request more money from Congress to develop a new, you see that word there, CVV. "I signed off this morning on a proposal we have to present to Congress, a request for additional funding for a new vaccine that is necessary, that works," the official White House transcripts read. So by him saying one that works, or he's basically saying that the other one didn't work. Well, it worked according to what they wanted to do, but we know that it didn't do the damage that they thought that it would do. It did some, but not enough. So now what are they going to do? They're going to up the ante. They're going to double down. They're going to bring another lockdown in, and they're going to come with a new and improved, revamped, rebooted form of the jump shot, because now all of a sudden the Niner cases are rising up again. And you got universities and schools that are making their students mask up again. They're doing social distancing. They're, canceling schools for weeks, because they're slowly trying to bring this shit back into play. They're going to run this same play all over again. But this time, more people are hip to the game. More people have awoken. A lot of people understand the damage that putting masks on children and how it's you know, hurt their development. It caused a lot of them to be psychologically harmed by that shit, that they're still recovering from. And you want to turn around and do it all over again. A lot of people are not going to stand for this. A lot of people are going to buck up. Now you're going to have these stupid ass schools and these administrators and a lot of these businesses. They're going to be on board because, they're basically going to do what they're told. But you're going to have a lot of people say hell to the no, and people are going to say no. People are going to buck up. And you're going to have your average everyday moron that's going to comply and go along with it. But ultimately, I think you're going to have a lot more people say, this is ridiculous, man. Look what you subjected us to these last couple of years. Look at the damage you've done to our children. Look, we're not trying to go through that again. We're barely, starting to come out of it and somewhat starting to recover from it. And these devils are going to spin the block again and, go 2.0 with it. To show you that this man is the absolute devil, man. All right. And that this is ultimately a plan. It's an agenda because they have, an agenda they want to accomplish. It says tentatively, it is recommended that it will likely be recommended that everybody get it, no matter whether they've gotten it before or not. You see? And this is some guy's tweet at Ajin, not whatever. Oh, this is just going into the video of him saying, I'll play it. It's a short clip.
President, can you say anything about the uptick of COVID cases and the new variant?
Yes, I can. Matter of fact, I signed off this morning on a proposal we have to present to the Congress a request for additional funding for new vaccine that is necessary, that works. And tentatively, not decided finally yet, tentatively it is recommended that, it would likely be recommended that everybody get it, no matter whether they got it before or not.
See, so you heard it right out of the jackass's mouth. Everybody to get it, whether they got it before or not. So they want to pump more of this shit into the people. And you better believe if they got a new revised version of this shit, you better believe it's been upgraded to do exactly what it's created to do, which I'm not going to say here, but you should be able to figure it out, Because like I said, I really believe that it didn't really have the hardcore effect that they really wanted it to. But I believe this time when they come with this new batch, it's going to hit just right, It says the announcement follows a recorded rise in C9er cases in some regions, which has been accompanied by the return of mask mandates and canceled classes by some colleges and businesses. It says the new V containing the version of the Omicron strain XBB-1-5 are already being developed by Pfizer, Novavax, and Moderna. However, the virus continuing mutation will likely necessitate update V's, you see? And that's why I say I believe this is going to be, you're going to have to take these things forever. Because whenever there's a new variant, they can just say, oh, well, we have a new and approved jump shot. Oh, we got a new variant, a new mutation. We got a new one and a new one. So people are going to be getting pumped full of this shit around the clock, man. Because this is like a boogeyman that you could keep around forever. As long as they can say there's an uptick in cases, there's a new variant, then they can have these companies make a new batch, and it can go on and on and on forever, man, until they, if they ever decide that the niner is gone, it doesn't exist, we found a way to cure it. But this is something that they're never going to have a cure for because this is something they're going to always want to have in their back pocket. It says the Biden administration's supplemental funding request for Congress at the start of the new fiscal year did not include the Niner V's. Instead, the White House asked for roughly $40 billion to fund short-term key priorities such as more aid for Ukraine, federal disaster funds, climate change, and the border. But anyway, this is from Protocol. It says the sea tyrants destroyed an entire generation of children because these fanatics were scared of the flu and wanted to rig voting laws for the 2020 election. And, people have a lot of theories of why, they're doing this shit. But, the results show that it did a lot of damage. Look at this. In Kentucky, Magoffin and Lee County school districts have canceled in-person classes this week after a rise in the Niner. All buildings and buses are being sanitized and all students' activities are canceled for the remainder of the week. So you can see they're bringing this shit back around. They're doubling the block. And we're going to see more talk of this in the near future. And a lot of it is going to get more and more draconian, man. All right, this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 7. It said, let me read up. Oh, is that what I wanted? What the hell? Here we go. This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 5. It says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainy, and in his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to make empty the souls of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. And see, and this is why, I'm just speaking as a man. I believe these new lockdowns, they're going to be more and more hardcore with it. They're not going to give you any options. Like Biden said, you're going to have to take it whether you took the old ones or not. And I believe this time there's not going to be no excuses. They're not going to give anybody no wiggle room. They're not going to give anybody or try to give nobody an excuse not to take this shit. It's going to be mandatory. You see? And he's not going to be liberal anymore. He's going to just come out and just be straight, rough, rugged, and come like a dragon with this shit to make sure that everybody complies and everybody bows down to the slaughter. And now they're talking about, I was reading articles where they're talking about now they're going to start taking away people's SNAP benefits, your governmental benefits that you receive, whether it's Section 8, whether it's food stamps, whether it's Medicaid, unless you have the jump shot within you. You see, and what do you think a lot of people who depend on those things are going to do when they're faced with that situation? And when they see that there ain't no loopholes, there ain't no way around it, they're dead serious, a lot of people are going to cave in and give over unto that. You see? So this devil is, he's going to double down. He's going to double down hard, man. It says the instruments also of the churl are evil. When you look up that word churl, it means like a scoundrel, a very devious, evil person, man. And what are the instruments? How he's going to get this new round implemented. The instruments and the way that he's going to implement it upon the people by this time, taking away their government benefits, taking away your ability to work. But this time even harder than they did last time. I was reading this one article. You had like a huge amount of Democrats that was saying that like 49% of them believe that those people that didn't get the jump shot, that they should be locked in prison, or that they should be the ones who should be locked down. And they had all these different, statistical numbers of horrible shit that Democrats said should happen to those who didn't comply to the mandates, man. And it was crazy, like being locked down. They should be the ones that are they should lose their jobs. And even some of them, like 32%, said they should be locked in prison. And who do we have sitting in a position of power in the government is these Democrats. So, we'll see exactly how evil it's going to get. It says he deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak upright. So he can say that, if you don't get down with this, I can take your food stamps. I can take your SNAP. I can take your government benefits, man. See, those are the wicked devices that he can use to destroy the poor with these lies, telling you that, look, this is for your own good. You can save lives. This one actually works. They're going to come with all type of BS just to try to get this inside of people, man. It says even when the needy speak right. So you can come with all the numbers. You can say, look, I found this NIH article saying that this don't work and that didn't work and that it did more harm than good. They're not going to want to hear it at that point. Either you're going to get it or else, man. Either you're going to get it or you're going to lose this, or you're not going to have that. You see, and a lot of people who don't have faith, who are not rooted and grounded, who are not rooted and grounded in the solid foundation in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, amongst you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're going to be compelled to take it. Just like when that last demic came around, when Esau started to blow and threaten upon these people, a lot of them just went and took it, man. You see? But this time he's going to come even harder. So this is why our faith is going to have to be even more built up and more strong. All right. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 5. It says his ways are always grievous. Right. This shit is grievous. That whole panty was grievous. And how he's talking about you got to take this new one, whether you had the old ones or not. That's grievous, man. It says thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud, you see? And everything that Biden was saying right here in this little clip I showed you is a prime example of that deceit and fraud, man. You know, he's selling you people a dream. He's not telling you the full truth. He's deceiving you. You see? It says, under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. And who's the poor? Mainly you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You tribes, you Israelites, man. And that's why they're going to come so hard with this thing, to take away the little bit of livelihood that you have in place of you bowing down and, doing what he is going to require you to do. It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net, right? So your threat of losing all of these different benefits and the ability to work and the ability to have is going to be a major factor in a lot of our people being caught in this net known as the jump shot. It's going to be the same with the MOTB in that day, which is vastly approaching. You know, the devil is going to start setting a lot of snares and traps for the soul of you people out there. And if you're weak and if your faith is not rooted in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and you're in this world and you want to continue to live and survive in this world, it's going to sound like the only option that you have. You see? This is why it's very important and vital right now to detach from this society. You know, of course, we got to work. We got to do what we got to do. But it's going to come a point in the near future to where we're going to have to fully detach, man. You're not going to be able to walk into a grocery store to get food because you're not going to have the proper requirements that these devils require of you. You're not going to be able to go to the gas station and pay for gas because you're not going to have the proper forms of identification and the necessary things to get fuel. You know, we're going to be totally separated from this society in all forms unless we bow down and comply. You see? It says, he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. You see, he hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. You see, and this is the spirit that these devils are in. You know, they think that they fully have this thing locked down, and this thing is going to go according to the way that they see it. But you can't be deceived by this, man. And this is why these devils are not to be trusted. And you can see that the prophets were right, who told you that more lockdowns were coming. And hey, they're right around the corner. And these devils are not going to stop using this boogeyman known as the one-niner to forward their agenda and their new world order plans, man. So with that, I'm going to close it there. Lord willing, you were edified. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and the spirit of me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Until the next one, shalom.